Hi, it's me, Boomski, and I'm gonna harness my inner rainbow muffin and talk about 50 reasons I don't like the Minecraft server I play. For real. Alright, number one, cheaters. The cheating problem on this server is just so bad, it's actually unreal. Like, over 8 cheaters have gotten to Global Elite before being banned for cheating. Someone got to over 40k wins before their ban. Ban evasion. Ban evading just completely destroys the point of a ban. But despite this, the server rarely does anything about it. Placing blocks. Sometimes na.minemen.club just straight up deletes your blocks if your opponent walks into a block after you place it. This is so annoying in basically every game mode, and I can't imagine how bad it is for high ping players, like Jesus. The SG community has been neglected for a while. Staff didn't even update the SGQ map this season, and there is this just super common ghost item glitch that staff have done nothing about. You think you got the item in your inventory, but it's really not there, so it's like really not great. Reach is patched. Anti-KB is patched. Like, no, use your eyes, my guy. There are like a million cheats that bypass, that give you those effects. For instance, backtrack. That baby lets you hit for miles. Invaded! It's not all that fun. It's not all that fun, Chief. Spleef. The fact that they moved Spleef to the second page in the last season and it killed the game mode is just like, it's not great. I will never forgive you for this, na.minemen.club. You can't cheat on Bad Lion or Lunar or Cheat Breaker. It's just wild that I still hear this one to this day. The absolute peak gaslighting is deeply upsetting. Most clients barely put in any effort to stop cheaters anymore, and the ones that do still have bypasses, so... Also, there's those screen share me bro MFs who have themselves later admitted it does absolutely nothing. Staff corruption. Woohoo! na.minemen.club has been exposed for selling unbans, lying to their player base, staff unbanning their friends, staff members cheating, staff members doing targeted acts that perpetuate the cheater problem rather than stopping it, and so many other things. You can find videos from like over 6 years ago exposing nasty things they've done, and there's a lot more that hasn't come out. Like, admins literally decided to take away the /report permissions of the 2 most active players on the server for seemingly no other reason than the fact that we report a lot of people. There's a lot of cheaters on this server. 1.8 custom duels is such an unfinished feature. You can't edit every property of a custom duel from the settings page because some features are locked to different game mode base plates. For instance, like bow cooldowns. When it first came out, there was also a bug that prevented you from saving changes to your kit, which was mad annoying. Also, me and my friend got false banned from custom duels within the span of 2 days. And it happened again. Holy fire truck outside. That's all neat. That's neat. The worst parts of this community are just absolutely dreadful, alright? You have no idea. You have whole ass groups of people on this godforsaken server conspiring to boost and cheat. And for whatever reason, they're all racist. All the cheaters are racist. How does this happen? And some people in the no debuff community still think doxing is an acceptable thing to do. Alright, all I wrote in the script for this one was this one broken map with sandstone and the missing block. I think I'm referring to this map with this triggers my OCD. Glazing cheaters. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen someone say, "Oh, that guy? He's an S tier." Like, bro, he's literally cheating. Use your eyes, bro. FFA is just depressingly empty most of the time. They should revamp FFA with rewards, or at least provide a unique experience like Hypixel did for the pit. Connection problems. This server can have an absolutely terrible connection for just months at a time. If you have never tried out the alternate server IPs, there is a good chance that your ping is like 40 ms higher than it should be, as that happened to me. I list all the alternate proxies you can join in the description, but it would be nice if you'd also subscribe down there. Scroll clickers and auto clickers. These guys are mad annoying. Not only because it's an unfair advantage that you can aim your mouse without having the applied pressure changes of clicking, as well as effortlessly getting a consistent high CPS, but because some of them have just the balls to pretend like it's not even a cheat. Like, bro, you cannot be for real. These lazy ass maps, alright? Every practice lobby since that one big tree in the middle has just been downright unfinished. The map before last season was just lazily copy-pasted Planet Minecraft trees on a copy-pasted village. In last season's map, they left the stained glass decoration only half finished. And in this map, you can see diamond blocks that the villagers... And in this map, you can literally see diamond blocks that the builders forgot to place with road edit. Oh, and also the guys who built the global lobby map forgot to add anything on the backside of the mountain. It's just unfinished. Manth. My guy, how do you own both na.minemen.club and Vape Client? This conflict of interest has got man LARPing as Darth Sidious from the prequels. In retrospect, though, everything about this server is starting to make sense. Stallers! Woohoo! These guys strike cringe in the hearts of every na.minemen.club player's heart. These are the kids who run away in Speed 2 game modes for like 10 minutes straight. They're also the guys who freeze in the air in sumo when they're off the edge and you just have to wait until staff come and kick them. Why am I shivering, bro? This ain't ranked sumo. Anyways, and in every bedfight party, there's always just one guy who tries to hide under the map and make everyone else wait. Like, bro. The gossip machine on this server is absolutely wild. The fact that I wanted to enter a debate club in early 2024, it's now like common knowledge for some reason. A Skywars player overheard another thing in 2024, and now random people I've never met know I've dated someone they have never met. And sometimes people just make shit up. Like, what's that all about? This server has a teeny-weeny problem with not leaking information that is supposed to be secret. Sometimes it's like good whistleblowing behavior, but other times it's just disgruntled staff members looking to get some revenge. The fact it keeps happening, though, shows just how unstable this whole operation is. Every tier test community that has been attempted on this server has become overwhelmed with cheaters. Sometimes it's corrupt from the start, but other times it's bureaucracy, incompetency, and favoritism that repeatedly fill the ranks with cheaters. The worst part is that having a powerful position in these communities provides a false proof of legitimacy that is certainly abused. Duos is just dead. Like, despite having like 30 something game modes, there's typically only like 3 people who play duos at like any given moment. They should really just remove the duos section. Take the duos game modes that sometimes get players and put them into the regular game mode page like they did for the other 4-player game modes like Fireball Royale. Kids who think they're gangsters. This is cringe. If I had a nickel for every time a group of na.minemen.club cheaters conspired to dismantle my Discord server, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. This other guy had a whole Discord chat where he planned his epic conspiracies. No need to be so edgy though, my guy. It's weird that this is like normalized though. This is oddly specific. Alright, players with a really high ping but stable connection. Yeah, you don't really see this anymore, but it should have never been allowed to exist in the first place. There have been cheats as well as exploits in the past that allow people to play na.minemen.club with like a stable 420 plus ping. Because only a few players like that exist at a time, no one knows how to fight it, which basically makes you impossible to counter. Stream snipers. Alright. So back in the day, there was this kid like Suit something with like a 0 who would like repeatedly say mute-worthy stuff in my YouTube chat, and then I would just queue him in sumo for like hours. But he would only play when I was streaming. He was blatantly cheating, and it took like a few months for the anti-cheat to ban him. He also teamed up with Chewy, who's a much funnier stream sniper, because his friends kept exposing that he was trying to snipe me. MinemenClub's ranked game modes, particularly, wow, I cannot say that word, particularly ranked sumo, are physically bad for your health. Like, no joke, it is a common occurrence for me to get the shakes while I'm playing ranked sumo, like sometimes for upwards of an hour straight. I don't know why, I got the shakes doing this right now, bro. I'm literally talking to myself. My heart will like literally beat out of its chest after like switching games. If I ever get a heart attack and die midstream, it will probably be while I'm queuing ranked. That's where I'd place my bets. At the time of writing this, this was a while ago, but I'm still on that low. I logged off after a net loss of elo, and I'm experiencing what can only be described as elo withdrawal. If you are wondering why I didn't play ranked last season, it was because of this. It is also super annoying to queue, and at high elos, it can take like upwards of 10 minutes to get into a fight, even when you're like just begging chat to queue. Oh, and also the cheating problem is just as bad in ranked, if not worse. This terrible concoction of both distressing and boring gameplay makes me wonder if 1.8 PvP was a mistake. MinemenClub has a fully completed Skywars minigame on their server, and they have, for years now. But they won't release it to the public, for whatever reason. If you are lucky, you can join up if an admin starts a game, but if you ever wanted to play in your own terms, it's just tough luck. Why though? Ranked game mode removals. Last season, MinemenClub cut the ranked game mode library in half to simplify their ranked offerings, or alternatively, to piss off anyone who mains a game mode that MinemenClub doesn't consider good enough to qualify. But this only raises a bigger question as to why they won't do the same thing for the duos game modes. Like, oh yeah, this is systemic. The next Fireball fight. Ever since Bed Fight and Fireball fight popped off, MinemenClub have just been trying repeatedly to create another miracle game mode to appeal to the Bed Wars crowd, which has just failed spectacularly. Emerald Rush was basically a clunkier and pointlessly complicated version of Bed Wars. Fireball Royale was just Fireball Fight, but with chests and without the charm. Yeah, I said it. Wall Run is fun to play, but the game mode suffers from chronic bed trading syndrome. I also hate that the Gapples are bridge style rather than Bed Wars, but this does bring me to my next point. Why don't they just make a Bed Wars minigame? Like, come on. This is probably my biggest gripe with the server. MinemenClub could have easily made the definitive way to play Bed Wars, complete with their immaculate KB, perfect fireball physics, and most importantly, not having fall damage. All you need to do is give a 16-player duos bed fight with the Emerald Rush shop NPC, and society will achieve world peace. But MinemenClub doesn't want that. Bow boosters! Why did I do that? If you have ever fought a chronic bow booster on Minemen, then you know it doesn't matter how good you rod. Their KB will just cancel, and they will become an unstoppable force of nature. Not to mention, those people who launch themselves straight into your goal and bridge, making a defensive playstyle just completely impossible. There's the fire engine again, bro. Just get a water bucket, bro. Holy yap. Toxicity, a gamer's best friend. If you play MinemenClub for just a few days, there's a good chance that someone will call you autistic. I wrote, R word, you know what that one is. Gay, or just straight up the N word, Just the N, people just say that on this server. Not naming names, but there's this one guy who I literally had to censor his chat messages in a YouTube video of mine because it would have given me a community guideline strike. Actually, yeah, I'm naming names. It was that guy. And every time this guy gets muted, it gets removed on appeal. So, like, what is going on with the server, chat? Like, actually. Alright, chat. It's time for me to talk about the elephant in the room, though. Last season was really fucking long. Twice as long as every other season, and it was so bad people started to wonder if there was gonna be another season before 1.8 got discontinued. Chronic Hackuzators. The fuck y'all looking at? What did I do? Modern fireballs. The fireballs on na.minemen.club function differently than the ones on 1.8, and the whole community knows this. But despite this fact, the developers, at least for a time, were completely adamant that they were identical, which is just absolutely absurd. Like, this stuff is really important to get right for a community. Brawl spent months trying to replicate the Hypixel Wool Wars Archer jump, because if it's not the same, then your existing skills don't transfer over. na.minemen.club makes bank. Brawl was like... I guess that's the difference between a love letter server and a profit motive server. Hey chat. Chat is lame now, chat. na.minemen.club used to be super colorful, but ever since they changed the name color for nons to light gray, it has become very drab. Quite drab, indeed. This, of course, was all just a ploy to get people to buy ranks, but then again, Hypixel did the same thing, like, years and years and years ago, so... Dead game modes. That's right, I'm talking about more dead game modes. A good percentage of game modes on na.minemen.club have been dead for years. HCF, a few other things on the front page, and basically everything on the second page rarely gets any players unless you beg in chat. Good luck trying to create a tourney in any of those game modes either, because it will literally never start. Oh, this is one of those things that I'm oddly ticked off about. Lobby parkour on this server is just so dreadful. Alright, the jumps are so weird, and there is no challenge mode parkour. If people could practice Neos while in between rounds of PvP, the community would become crazy good at parkour. But instead the parkour is both uncomfortable and lame. Greed on full display here, chat. I kid you not. On na.minemen.club, you literally cannot see other players in the lobby unless you buy a rank. What other server does this, bro? My neck, ow, my neck hurts, bro. I've been leaning forwards. I didn't sleep last night. I'm gonna sleep after I finish recording this. Subscribe, please. Okay, I'm like 89% sure about this, but if you have media rank on na.minemen.club, the anti-cheat literally won't insta-ban you. Hypixel had the same problem a while back, but the way things are now on na.minemen.club, hackers will, at some point, break into an account that can't be banned and just wreak mayhem on the server. And that is not a matter of if, but when. It's also not a good sign, considering the track record of former media ranks like Mario Kart and Rice Farmer on their legitimacy, or lack thereof. Special privileges like this just shouldn't exist. A complete lack of customization. In na.minemen.club, despite having only one real competitor, completely lacks all the pizzazz Hypixel game modes provide. There are only 3 custom death animations compared to Hypixel's like bajillion. The 1v1 that is an affront to mankind. I just want to get out there and say, having tried casual sumo more than most of my viewers, this is the most boring game mode of all time. It's like 1.8 sumo, but slower, and there are rarely any combos. I've had games that lasted over 10 minutes, which is longer than even the longest game modes on Classic Practice. The ability to join the practice version that doesn't correspond with your game version was a pretty neat feature, but there are bugs everywhere, and it totally breaks obby traps. I think it still does, right? And despite the fact you can join the modern lobby while on 1.8, you literally cannot play any of the game modes, or even spectate other players, so like, why is this even a feature? It's just teasing us. na.minemen.club really hasn't been the same since all the big YouTubers quit. Guna's staff trolling series is the only thing remotely popular anymore. Everything else is basically over. Club is over, chat. Club has been complicit in the spreading of 1.9 propaganda with the creation of their new modern proxy, then abandonment of 1.8 with the aforementioned Seasoned Desert. Arguably, the greatest attack they have done to 1.8 is their 1.8 PvP recreation in Modern, spearheaded by Intel Edits, the man who is unapologetically gleeful to the downfall of 1.8. Like, seriously, like, bro. To the untrained eye, this plugin might still seem like a way for 1.8 PvP to survive, but here's the catch. It's completely non-public, and is monopolized by Club. This will make the situation worse, because when the classic server inevitably shuts down, not all of our game modes will survive. This future merged practice server will make it confusing for anyone interested in 1.8 PvP, because it won't really be on 1.8 anymore, you know? By the way, I promise that if I ever have a spare $20,000 lying around, and Scala leaks their 2024 KB profile, I will create my own practice server for 1.7 that will support the old versions until the day I die. The biggest sin committed by Club was not adding Blitz duels. This is arguably unforgivable, considering how Blitz duels is the most goated, kit-based PvP 1v1 game mode ever made. And staff, if you are watching this, please add Blitz SG as well. Nerf Archer Kit, Pigment Kit for life! I'm gonna get some flack for this from the pot PvP community. Club has a few mini-games, but there is one that is just a bit goofy. Like, what the actual shit is pot SG? No one asked for this. We know y'all have been thinking about Bed Wars. We've seen the stuff. Lastly, people who haven't fed me ELO. Seriously, chat, I'm fading for the good stuff. I need it. Ring sumo. Ring. God, I can't do the raspy voice.